Ever since Diddy has been convicted in his trial, now, you know, he beat 3 of the charges, but 2 of them he got found guilty on, basically transporting, you know, women for the guise of prostitution, which is illegal, which is the Mann Act. Now it has sent a ripple effect across social media because you have a lot of young ladies that have engaged in that behavior. Case in point, check out what this woman has to say.
So basically, getting food out is illegal. If you live in another state and somebody flies you out to their state, and there may have already been some conversation about having sex with someone, there's any conversation about money being involved, that is illegal. That's crazy.
Yes, the days are gone where guys are now going to be flying you out and paying you. If those guys do that, then they can go to federal prison. I had recently saw a TikTok video where a woman said, y'all better start giving me some money or I'm going to start telling. See, you gentlemen, that tricking has to be over. Now, some of you going to trick. I know that. You're going to risk your whole life for tricking. You got to think about this. Diddy got convicted for tricking. That's really what it is. Diddy should not even be in jail right now. He should be at home with his doggone kids. But to you gentlemen out here who like to trick, and most of the people who like to trick, they got a little money, right? They do a little bit better than the average. Settle yourself down, bruh. Settle down. Now, I know some of you who certified tricks. You're going to be like, well, they said that if I bring a woman over state lines and I do this, so that means I got to go over there with her, and that way I'm not transporting her over state lines, and then I'm okay. I already know you, because one thing I know about a trick, you will find a way, because you are shameless. You are a shameless group of men. See, at one point in time, society, when men actually had more respect for themselves, they looked down on tricks. They looked down on them. Most of the tricks that people would know would be Connor and Brad. Be them. They'd be the biggest tricks. Now you got some of you brothers out here tricking just as much as Connor and Brad out here be tricking now. Why? Because a lot of you wasn't raised with your pappy. That's what a lot of it is. Because your pappy would instill in you some real manhood and tell you that, hey, man, you got to get your mouthpiece right. You got to get your game up. You got to get your paper up. You can get women. You ain't got to be out here tricking, bruh. But that's if you had a dad around. But because you're having your daddy around to instill those skills in you, it's a lot easier for you to go ahead and trick than a lot of you are getting your pockets ran all the time by these little women. Well, if you want to talk to me, you got to get my nails done. I'm like, I don't need to talk to you. I don't have to say a thing to you. I ain't lost nothing by not talking to you. Who are you? See that, but that's when you respect yourself as a man. And see, part of what I do here on this channel is I'm trying to give you lessons that your daddy should have gave you. You understand? That's the only reason I do this channel, because I really see a big need for a lot of you men who didn't have your daddy around, or you was raised with your mama, right? And you doing these things. And I know sometimes I'm fighting against you. I know that. Some of you may think my ways are so old school. Well, you know what? I never had to worry about getting no federal charges, bringing some female over state lines. I'm literally setting myself up in this cell phone, what I'm doing. You know, they got a thing that whether you can be talking to a federal agent. You know, federal agents could be on Instagram too now, or any other website. And you thinking she about to come, you paying for tickets, you doing for all that, man, they done got their case on you. And by the time say, okay, yeah, pick me up from the airport, and this federal agent's waiting on you. Like, huh? Like, yep, come on with us. Yep, you getting charges. They did with that to Puffy to make an example out of the rest of you. Stop tricking, bruh. Stop tricking. One thing about a man, once again, if your mouthpiece right, get your money up, get your confidence up as a man, because usually when your money's up, your confidence going to go up with it. I haven't really met too many dudes. Well, you got some dudes out here, well, actually a lot, actually. Let me rephrase what I just said. You got a lot of dudes who broke and got nothing going on and confident as hell. Then some of you got money and you just so unsure of yourself. I don't get that. Usually that's how it goes. The more money you get, the more confidence you get. But anyway, some of y'all are just willing to trick. And you talk about how bad these women are today. A lot of that's y'all fault. Because if y'all would have took a stand when they start saying, well, in order to talk to me, you got to get my nails and feet done. Like, I don't know. I don't know you. There's billions of women in the world. I ain't got to be doing that. I am not tricking. That's just not, that should be a policy for you as a man. You don't trick. You don't do it. So definitely don't risk getting a 10-year charge, because that's like the max you'll get on the federal level. Like with Diddy, Diddy's not gonna get 10, but I'm just saying that it's still the max. Now Diddy, he got lawyers and all kind of money, right? Anybody else would have been buried with that case, but you don't have Diddy's money. So with that being said, get you a woman and go do things the old-fashioned way, bro. Meet them, do your thing, but don't be tricking, bro, and definitely don't be flying them out.